Let me tell you guys how you're going to get your very first deal. If you're new to this space, if you just got into rank and rent, honestly, if you're in any sales job, maybe you've been in sales and you're in a new industry. This is how you're going to get your first deal. This isn't an opinion. This is a fact because I've seen it happen 3 separate times as I switch industries. I've seen it happen with every single person I've ever hired, trained, etc. Okay. If you have, now this is assuming you have a script that's worked before, which if you are being trained by someone or if you are in a program or if you're in a group or whatever the case may be, you're going to have some kind of a script and you know that it has worked for somebody. Okay. If you have anything, even if it's basic, okay, and you know who the avatar is that's most likely to buy. So, for example, with rank and rent lead generation, I know because I've done this so long that if I talk to 10 people that are already paying for Google Ads versus 10 people that are just random, I'm going to get more sales talking to people with Google Ads, right? So, if you have those two things, some basic pitch, some basic script, and you know who you're supposed to talk to, the way you're going to get your first deal, whether this sounds sexy or this sounds boring or whether this sounds whatever, it's the truth. You're going to get your first deal by making more offers, period. Okay. You're talking to the right people and making the same basic pitch that you know has worked for other people. It doesn't have to be perfect. You make that one enough. That's how you're going to get your first deal. And for a lot of you, for a lot of us, it's how you're going to get your first couple deals. Okay. So rewind to 2013. I set out my very first day. I was in a city called Yucaipa in Southern California, and I got dropped into a neighborhood. I had literally a binder, and I had a little script, and I had some contracts, and I had this laminated piece of paper that showed the equipment I was selling home security systems. And I literally knocked on the first door, and I got smoked, meaning like literally slammed. I was looking for some nice, older lady that might be really kind and say, you know what, you tried really well, whatever. No, I got like the equivalent of Dana White, like this huge guy that came out and like looked like he was gonna kill me. Like, no kidding, that's how I felt. Anyway, got the door slammed on me. And I knocked and I knocked and I knocked and I just kept thinking, you know what, who are the people that are going to buy? And I listened to all the training and I kept giving the pitch and I kept giving the pitch. And I'm telling you, the first 3 deals that I got because I knocked enough doors. I didn't get it because I was good. I didn't get it because I had a silver tongue. I didn't get it because I knew how to close. I didn't get it because I knew how to overcome objections or this or that or the rest. I got it because I talked to enough people saying generally the right thing. It wasn't perfect at all, but I said the basic pitch that I'd been taught was a 4-step pitch: who you are, what you're doing, what's in it for the customer, what's in it for you, transition. That was literally what they taught me. I said that pitch over and over and over and over and over and over enough times, 3 days in a row. That's how I got my first 3 deals. And literally the first day I knocked and I knocked and I knocked and I knocked. And I finally was like, holy crap, I'm knocking on all these doors and nobody's answering, or, they're renting or whatever. They're not qualified. And so I thought, what did they tell me? They said, hey, if you get hung up, go and knock on a customer's door that already has this company you're with. Okay. So go and knock on a door. I said, look, man, help me out. I know it's a long shot, but do you know anybody on the street that I could talk to? Give me a little bit of intel. I'm begging you, man. Like help me out. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Well, he's like, actually, you guys come through here a lot. And the last time you guys came through, that guy across the street, his name is George. He was asking me like not that long ago about my system, my home security system. He's like, you might try and talk to him. And I kid you not, call it luck, call it hustle, call it the stars aligning, call it whatever. As I'm talking to this guy, guess who pulls up? Guess who drives down the street? Camper shell and all, Mr. George. And I literally leapt off those steps across the street and delivered again my pitch and ended up selling my very first day, Mr. George. Okay. Next day, I knocked. The very last house I knocked on, I snuck my way inside, meaning like I didn't sneak my way inside, but I was able to convince them to let me in to show them the product. And it was only by doing it enough times I got a deal on the second day. And what do you know? The third day, I knock on a door and the customer literally says, I get done with my pitch. He pulls down his glasses and he says, it's funny that you knocked on the door. We just saw a commercial for your company a couple of days ago, and we were talking about some of these options. Why don't you come in? Okay. So what I'm getting at is my first 3 deals came because I knocked on enough doors that I found 3 people that were pretty much ready to buy. Okay. And so for a lot of you that haven't gotten your first deal, I'm telling you right now, there's people out there right now that are having conversations as I'm speaking about getting lead generation services, about switching from their current provider, about adding new marketing, about increasing lead flow. There's people having conversations all over in the industries you want to target. And the problem is, for those of you that haven't gotten a deal, you haven't asked enough people for money. You haven't called enough people. You haven't pitched enough people. And that is why you don't have a deal. And your first 1, 2, 3, maybe 10 deals are going to be by sheer effort of you talking to enough people, and you will come across what we used to call a lay down. Somebody who is literally laying down saying, take my money, because they have already talked about it, they've already thought about it, and they are hot, they are warm, they are ready to buy. If you don't have your first deal yet, the way you're going to get it is making sure you have a basic pitch, and you probably already do. Asking your manager, asking your coach, asking the group person, whatever you're learning from, who should I talk to? And if you want to listen to me, go talk to people that are already paying for ads, paying for leads. If you're selling leads, okay? Go talk to those people and go give your pitch and give it enough times. And I promise you, you will eventually get a deal. I'm telling you, it's that simple. And the reason why I'm even giving you that advice is because I've seen how this plays out. And the key to blowing up your business is getting the first deal. Because once you get the first deal, now you got momentum. And once you got momentum, everything changes. The only reason I was able to get a deal on day number 2 is because I had a deal on day number 1, and the same with day 3, and on and on and on. And so if you don't have a deal, my advice to you right now is go and ask more people that are qualified, people that you know are more likely to buy, for money, and you will eventually get a laydown. Period.